Jen Viviant, QHHT practitioner. I'm here to answer a few of the most commonly asked questions that people ask before they have their session and sometimes even during their session. So, can I get hypnotized? First question, right off the bat. Yes, you can be hypnotized. Everybody can be hypnotized. You do it every day, you do it multiple times a day. Hypnosis is simply going into a deeper state of the brain. So when we fall asleep, we're going into a deeper, the theta state and then the delta state. So hypnosis happens when you are in the alpha and theta states. So when you are in a session, the way that we get you there is that we make sure that you're comfortable. We gently guide the process. So what I'm going to do with you is talk to you about your life experiences. And then after we've had a chance to go through all of that, and that might take a couple of hours or more, then we'll go into the have you lay down on a bed, get you comfortable with any pillows or blankets you need. And then once you start relaxing, you're already going into hypnosis. You're already going into a deeper state, a lowered brainwave state. Everyone can do this. It's part of being a human. And we'll talk a little bit about more what other things come up to change that. But that is really what the entire nutshell is, that everybody can be hypnotized. Another question is, what if I can't visualize, or do I have to visualize, or what if I don't see things? So that's a question that I really want to take some care with understanding and making sure on an individual basis how you receive your information. So plenty of people are able to visualize. So if they can visualize, great, we're going to go with that. Now, if you don't visualize, also plenty of people don't visualize, or they receive their information in more than just visual ways. So we go into that a little bit. We tap into a little bit what those gifts might be. So some people can hear things, some people smell and taste things, some people can they can imagine the tactile quality of things. They see colors, they see words, they see numbers, they see shapes. All of those ways of seeing is seeing. Or maybe a better way to say it is all of those ways of receiving information is a form of seeing. We often condense the verbiage of a session down to saying, what do you see? Because it can get a little overwhelming to say, what do you taste, smell, think, feel, touch? But I will work with you individually when I find out what ways you get your information, so that you will feel comfortable and you will be able to perceive once you are deep into the hypnosis. Another question I get is, am I making this up? This normally happens during the hypnosis session. Am I making this up? The answer to that is that in a way you are, but how are you making it up? That's what's really important. Your higher knowledge is coming through you. You are the vessel that we are getting our information transmitted through. So yes, it's coming through you. And you may feel like it's making up, but it's really the information that you need. Now, when you hear those questions in the back of your mind, you're just making it up. That's your left brain. That's just your critical mind, your conscious mind trying to help. Sometimes it doesn't know the boundary of when to stop helping you, so it'll just keep going until we ask it to stop. So we lovingly say thank you. You can stay here and watch the beautiful session that's going on, but we need to also talk to the other part of our person, okay? And I guide you through that and help you understand what to listen for and what to sense, okay? A really great way to know the difference between the I guess the voices in our head, as it were, is if you hear something loving, that is your higher self talking to you. And if you hear something critical, that is your analytical, your left brain talking to you. So which one would you rather listen to, the loving one or the critical one? We're going to go with the loving one. And that's how we proceed in the session. How do you do that? You trust and say the very first thing that comes to mind. So important. You trust and say the very first thing that comes to mind. Will it answer all of my questions? Next question. It will answer everything that in the most appropriate way for you at this time. That's how this works. So your higher self, your higher knowledge knows exactly what you can handle right now. It will never give you more than you can handle. And it loves you and it wants you to be able to process what it gives you. So it will give you what you can work on. And the great part about it is that when you go home, you have this boost of healing, physical, emotional, and all other ways from the session. And then you have a recording to listen to so that you will be able to continue the healing. Listening to that recording is so important because you start to peel away layers upon layers upon layers. And if you listen to that recording every day for weeks, months, even a year, you may still be hearing new information because part of listening to the recording is, of course, hearing the words. Part of listening to the recording is hearing and understanding where your thoughts are going as you are listening. What are you experiencing as you listen to that recording? What comes to mind for you? What kind of emotions? How do you feel? Those are all really important aspects to listening to your recording. Sometimes people like to journal while they listen to their recording to start taking stock of where they are that day or what they're feeling. So I can't say enough about how much you can get from one session because you get this recording to work with for a long, long time. As long as you want, really. Another question, can I use the restroom? I need to take frequent bathroom breaks. Of course, yeah, you can use the restroom. No problem. Once you come back, you'll go right back in where you came out, and I'll guide you right back in, and you'll be even deeper than before. So it's a very simple process. It's kind of like getting up in the middle of the night. You go to the bathroom, you come back, go back to bed. And you'll have a guide there to help you. And the final thing I want to just end with is just to let you know that there is no wrong way to have a session. Your session's experience is going to be unique to you. There's no way that I can tell you how your session is going to go, even after I get to know you and hear your life experiences. There's no way, and it's going to go exactly the way you need it to go. Okay? Self-doubt, if it comes up, sometimes self-doubt makes you realize, or not realize, it makes you feel like there's something wrong with you or something wrong with the process. So I'm just going to ask you to relax whenever that comes up and remember to just take in the very first thing that comes to mind. Self-doubt is something that we all have had to work with, and we all constantly, when you need to work with it, you need to take that moment to pay attention to it. So what we do is we love ourselves more in those moments and allow it to be what it is and say, thank you for teaching me. And now I'm going to take the very first thing that comes to mind. Okay. I hope to see you soon.